Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you don't know me, my name is Ava. This is my YouTube channel. T. And lately, I have been obsessed with clan gen content. So, my usual thing to do on YouTube is to scroll through and look at people's cool clans. So, I was like, why I can just make my own. So that's what I did. I didn't realize that I could get it for my computer as an app, so all this is online. So, unfortunately, it is not as advanced and, has all the cool outcomes and stuff that you can get with the app. But, it's still pretty cool, and I wanted to show them off. So I hope you really enjoy this. I had so much fun drawing all these guys, so here we go. So, the clan that I created is called Swamp Clan. I am new to this, so I didn't realize I couldn't choose a swamp as my environment. So, well, oh well, it's fine. They're just Swamp Clan in a forest, and that still works. But my leader is Sparkstar, and okay. To begin with, his name at the beginning, before he was named leader, was Sparkdust. And that is so beautiful. That is honestly a contributing factor of why I chose him, and also I liked his cool scar. And that's all the qualifications that he needed to be a leader in my eyes. But I love him. So yes, he is Sparkstar. And honestly, the first year, there is this whole ordeal going on with him and a few other people a few other cats in the clan, and he is in this whole love square. It is so bad. It's so bad. Personally, I ship him with Smallears. Sparkstar and Smallears were destined to be together, and it makes me so sad that they still aren't together at the recording of this video. It's so depressing. But that is the biggest drama that he has. Also, I accidentally did a time skip one moon forward, and all of a sudden he lost 2 lives to White Cough. He was the only one to have White Cough in the clan. So I don't know how that happened, but it happened. So now he is at 7 lives. So there's also something important with Sparkstar that I'm not going to mention until later. There's actually going to be a lot of important things from certain characters I'm not going to mention until the last part of the video. And it's for an important reason, so trust. But yes, he is also involved in another big thing, but I will reveal that later. And at the end of the first year, Sparkstar is chilling, having a good time. He's the dad that you've always wanted, an adoptive dad. He's super cool, he's really laid back, and he's going to support you. So I can really vibe with him, and I honestly think he's coming into the leader role really, really well. And that's Sparkstar, year 1. So it makes the most sense for me to talk about the deputy next, so we will talk about Featherstone. I really like him, not really so much personality-wise, but his design is really pretty. But he is a lot more strict and a lot more of a rule follower as opposed to Sparkstar, so they kind of make a good team in that aspect, so they can kind of balance each other's energies out pretty well. So he makes sure that everyone's in line, following the rules, blah 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 blah, and he is doing his own thing. On a patrol one time, he found a loner. We adopted the loner into our clan, and I won't talk about her until a little bit later, but her name is Broccoli, and I love that so much. She is a little sweetheart. But anyway, so he's the one who found her and recruited her for the clan. And in the next moon, I got the notification that he was crushing on another member of the clan. His name is Slowstone. And I want them to be together so much. Out of all the cats, they have the highest, reciprocated romantic love for each other, or romantic however it's classified. And it just needs to happen. It would I want my cats to be in love, and nobody is in love in my clan right now, and it makes me really sad. So I'm really hoping second year someone falls in love. I just want relationships. I want drama. Um, anyway, besides that, at the way that Featherstone ends his year is he is very stressed, very overworked, and he's honestly not like falling apart a little bit. He is more so just really struggling with keeping the clan together and keeping everyone on task, and that is another reason that will become evident later in the video. I know it's kind of like a suspenseful type thing. I don't know if it would be more helpful to talk about it now, but fuck it, we ball. I'm going to talk about it at the end of the video because it is insane. So, yes, at the end of the year, he's struggling, he's going through it, but he is a very good deputy, and he's a good guy, so I like him. Alright, and then we will talk about Russet J. She is our very elderly medicine cat, and unfortunately, in the first 2 moons of Swamp Clan's founding, she dies. And that's partially my fault because I thought it would be cute to have a cranky old lady as our medicine cat. And she was 172 moons old at the time. So honestly, I should have seen that coming, but oh well, I guess. Since she died so quickly, there's not really a lot to say about, like, her personality or what she did for the clan. There was one interaction between her and another member called Cressfreckle. Cressfreckle was actually on patrol and, like, brought back some they found an herb while they were on patrol, and they thought of Russet J, so they brought it back for them. So my headcanon was that they were vibing, they were, like, besties. So, honestly, that's really it to talk about Russet J. Sorry you had to die so quick, girl. So next we'll talk about Smallears. I made Smallears a Munchkin cat because when I thought of Smallears, I just thought of like the little folded over ear cats, and that says at the beginning where they're just like taking loners and kitty pats to form the clan, so I feel like it fits. So I could make him like a more specialized breed. But anyway, Smallears is a pretty good sport. He is very, like, chill like Sparkstar is, and, like, doesn't, like, have a lot of beef with anybody, other than at the end of the year, because apparently, so at the end of the year, Smallears is just being badgered by everybody. Everybody's giving him shit for absolutely no reason. I don't know what he did to them, but everyone's getting in arguments with Smallears, and it makes me so sad because I love him so much. He's just a little guy. But anyway, so Smallears is the one that I really want to be with Sparkstar because on patrol he got like this cool scar on his shoulder. So like in my own headcanon, I thought that could be like a little bonding moment between the two of them. Like Sparkstar has his face scars and then Smallears has his new scar, and it'll be like, oh yeah, scars, am I right? But it didn't happen. Like, they're slowly losing romantic love for each other throughout the year, and it's so sad. I want to force them to be together, but that's not how that works. So I just suffer. Oh, and then, after all of, like, this bonding with Sparkstar and talking and stuff, all of a sudden, Smallears was admiring Cressfreckle from afar and thinking about love. No, they're not supposed to be together. It just is so sad. And, like, even, like, him and Cressfreckle have not done anything, like, romantic or anything. There hasn't been any progression of that relationship. If there was, maybe I'd be more fine with it, but no. And it's very disappointing. But at the end of the year, Smallears is also feeling very overworked, similar to Featherstone. But honestly, I really like this guy. I like how his design turned out, and he's just so cute. I love him. Alright, so at this point, the clan is still without a medicine cat. They were out of a medicine cat for about 2 moons before one of our kits at the time decided to be an apprentice. And she had to do her apprenticeship without a mentor. This cat is Buck Kit when she was first in the clan. And as a kit, she always had like a interest in the medicine cat den. She was often seen like over in the area and like associating with Russet J and all that good stuff. So, seeing that her clan was in need, she stepped up to the plate and decided to be a medicine cat apprentice. It was very difficult for her because she did not have a mentor or any help really in doing her medicine cat things. She had to learn everything on her own and kind of do trial and error type thing. And she was caught thinking about life choices and like making if she made the right choice. But at the end of the day, she was very thankful and appreciative that she could contribute to her clan in such a necessary way at the time. And I respect her so much for that. That is so much pressure to put on a little kid, and she does so well. It takes a while for her to like learn the ropes and get everything going, but she becomes like a good medicine cat, and she is named Buckbounce by the end of the year, which is also just an adorable name. I love it so much. She takes care of her clan. Like, she just wants her clan to be like in a good spot and make sure everyone's taken care of. She's often doing like small little chores around the clan too, like doing bedding and reweaving the nests and everything. So she's just so sweet, and I love her. And Buckbounce and Sparkstar kind of formed a bond with each other. So it's kind of like a father-daughter kind of dynamic where he was super supportive and super appreciative that she took up the position of medicine cat since there was nobody else willing to do it. And they got super close during all of this. And I really like their dynamic. They get along so well, and it's just really, really cute. But that's Buckbounce. And then it's only fair to talk about Drakeheather next. So they're brother and sister when coming into the clan, and he was a nervous wreck the entire time as a kid. He was always nervous. He was having nightmares and being just really pitiful. He was so sad. But then once he became an apprentice, his mentor was Cressfreckle, and they didn't get along very well. He was always feuding with him for whatever reason. But at the end of the day, Cressfreckle taught him a lot about being a warrior and did a very good job at teaching him the ways of the clan. So by the time that Drake Paw became Drakeheather, he had a very strict understanding of the warrior code and is often found going around camp and making sure everyone is following that code. I have in my notes that he repeatedly would make sure that the kits in the camp were following the warrior code, which is an odd thing to enforce for kits, but you know, you do you, man. We love it. And yeah, that's honestly not a lot with Drakeheather this year, so that's him. Alright, so I've been bringing up Cressfreckle quite often, so I feel like it only makes sense to talk about him now. So he was one of the original people coming in, and he is such a chaos demon. Like, okay, not a chaos demon. He is just very charismatic, very impulsive, very spontaneous, and I love that for him. Like, I don't know, he's one of those guys where you can't really be mad at. Like, he's just like a fun, goofy guy. And one of the first things that I have in here as a note is he was challenging all of his clanmates to different sparring matches, 2-on-1. So he also has a little bit of an ego on him. And then there's another thing in here that I thought was very funny. So in my notes it says that Cressfreckle went on a patrol with Drakepaw and Hailpaw at the time, and they were telling ghost stories to each other, and a branch snapped and everyone ran back. And Cressfreckle was very embarrassed about running back and being scared, so he said he wasn't scared, but he definitely was. Other than that, he also likes to challenge people to races, so he's super spunky, and I really, really like Cressfreckle. He's a stand-up guy. So the next cat I'll talk about is Slowstone. Slowstone is a part of this whole love square thing as well, which I failed to mention for the other cats. So the ones that are in this love square are Sparkstar, Cressfreckle, Slowstone, and Smallears. So it's this whole thing where everyone's kind of crushing on each other, and then, like, I don't know, it's so confusing, guys. They need to make a decision. So I don't, I need to stop worrying about this. I just want them to be together and figure their shit out. But anyway, so Slowstone, he immediately coming into the clan, he was already thinking about love. He's on the hunt for a mate. But he never really settled on anyone to actually court, be in a relationship with. So he's kind of like a lovesick puppy. He is more in line with loving the idea of love as opposed to actually being in love, if that makes sense. And other than this whole drama with the four of them, Slowstone honestly doesn't do much throughout the entire year. He's kind of the background character. So that's his defining feature, and he also has one more important thing later on, but I will talk about that when we get to it. So that's Slowstone. Alrighty, and then we're gonna move on to Hailpaw. So Hailpaw was an apprentice coming into the clan. Her mentor, oh, I didn't write down her mentor. That's sad. She was described as very strange, but also very smart. So she's kind of like a little oddball in the starting group because she's also the only cat about her age. Everyone else is either younger or older, so it also kind of ostracizes her from the rest of the group. So she's kind of a loner and does her own thing. One of the funny things that happened to her this year was that she fell into a creek while on patrol and then was very, very damp. Even the next day, which I thought was very funny. About halfway through the year, Hailpaw earns her warrior name, which is Hailsight, which I love that name. It is so cool. But she and Broccoli actually start becoming friends. Broccoli is one of the people who is very inviting and very warm, so she kind of starts conversations with Hailsight, and they grew up pretty close, and it made me really happy to see that Hailsight, like, had somebody in the clan that she could talk to. But towards the end of the year, unfortunately, it was noted that she was very distracted during recent meetings and was feeling a sense of dread. I don't know what that's about. I really never got, like, a clear answer on that, so maybe she's going through some mental things, maybe she knows something I don't know. But she is just not ending her year very well. She is also very distracted, is leaving camp for very long periods of time and not coming back until way late, and is also staring at random cats with no context. So yeah, needless to say, I'm a little worried about her. But I really like how her drawing came out. She's a very pretty lady. Alright. I've name-dropped Broccoli a few times, so let's talk about her. Broccoli is the loner that Featherstone found out on patrol. She is a very elderly lady, very, very old, and she just wanted, like, a family setting where she could lay back, connect with people, and live out the rest of her days in peace. So now she's here, and she is just... I love her. She is so sweet, and she is so cute. She's like a grandma type vibe. Like, she would bake you cookies when you're sick and, like, give you a nice heated blanket and put on your favorite cartoon. Like, she's that type of grandma, and she's iconic. I just love her. But you'll also notice that I'm drawing another cat beside her as well, and that is another elder that joined us halfway through the year. His name is Cedar Jump. And he's just an old man, and he honestly vibes with Broccoli so well. They fit each other's personalities so well. It's the grandpa-grandma duo that the clan needed, because coming into the clan, there were no elders. And by the end of the year, we have, like, the accepting little grandparents that are just, like, so nice and so good to everybody. And it makes me so happy. One thing about Cedar Jump that I found was very funny was I got one notification saying that he was bestowing wisdom on Buckbounce, and I don't know what that wisdom was, but I like to think that it was like something very mundane and something that a lot of people know, and Buckbounce is just like, yeah, okay. Whatever you say, man. So that is Cedar Jump and Broccoli, and I am so happy that they both joined the clan. They are perfect fits, and I cannot wait to see what happens in the next year for them. So next we'll talk about Pheasant Run. Pheasant Run was a previous loner, and she joined up about halfway through the year with her kits. Her kits are Cobra Kit and Piper Kit. Upon the arrival into the clan, Pheasant Run is very nervous and apprehensive about it. She mainly wanted to join to protect her kits because as a single cat, it's kind of hard to look after two kits on your own. But she feels very, I don't know, like outside of the group during, like in clan life. Like she doesn't feel like she really fits in. It's noted that she was feeling very underappreciated at multiple points and isn't really, I don't know, she's not acclimating to clan life very well. Pheasant Run feels like she doesn't have enough to offer to the clan. She's not like a very good hunter and not a very good fighter, so she feels like she doesn't have a lot to offer. So to combat this during her stay, well, not her stay, while she's in the clan, she is like guarding the camp entrance. She's making sure that the elders are taken care of. She just does a lot of work around the camp to help the clan instead. And towards the end of the year, she feels a lot better about her place in the clan, and I'm so happy for her. But her kits, as I said, are Cobra Kit and Piper Kit, and they're just cute little guys. They don't really have a lot to tell because they joined pretty late and they are still pretty young, but Cobra Kit is noted as being very polite, and I just have a note in here saying that they see me rolling, so I assume that he was being a little crazy guy and rolling around on the ground. So that's Cobra Kit. And Piper Kit is a very, very attention-seeking kit. He's always trying to like get in everybody's business and is super curious about clan life, and he's just really happy to be here. So I'm excited to see like where their stories go. One more cat to talk about before I get to the juicy drama I was teasing at the beginning. So Hughie is another cat that joined halfway through. They are a kitty pet that was trying to find a refuge somewhere. So she joined up, and here she is. She unfortunately only joined in the last moon, so I don't really have a lot to report on her in general. It is said that she's ambitious, but she hasn't really had a lot of opportunities to show that personality trait of hers. The only thing I can really report about her as of now is that she's very tired. So that's Hughie. Hopefully we can learn more about her later. Alright guys, this is the moment you've been waiting for. So, I did say before that Sparkstar had an eventful thing towards the end of the year, as well as a few other people, but we will talk about the other people when we get to that. But the biggest thing is this man. This man. He brought in 3 kits into camp without saying where they were from, which is fine. I didn't have a problem with that because I was like, ooh, new kits, pretty. Then everyone saw that and they were like, wow, we should bring kits into camp. So literally everyone started bringing in random litters of kits into camp, and it was to the point where the kits outnumber everyone else in the clan. I'm not making this up. I'll show a screenshot right now. Like, there are more kits than there are, like, apprentices, warriors, leader, deputy, medicine cat, doesn't matter. There's more kits. So, if you remember, I was saying everyone's kind of like feeling a little bit stressed towards the end of the year. That's why. It's because the kits outnumber the warriors, and the warriors need to provide for the kits, and everyone is spread so thin. I feel so bad for them. But they did to themselves. They shouldn't have brought all these kits into camp. Anyway. So the first litter I'm going to talk about is Cressfreckles. So Cressfreckle is actually the first one to bring a litter of kittens back into camp. It wasn't Sparkstar, it was Cressfreckle. He also found he found 4 kits out in the woods. Didn't say where they were from. So his litter consists of Willow Kit, Sleek Kit, Pansy Kit, and Ember Kit. They're all girls, and they are on the brink of being named apprentices. I actually ended the year with them having 1 moon until they're made apprentices. So they're the oldest of the kits, and they all have fairly defined personalities. Willow Kit is definitely the leader, the ringleader of the group. She's very bossy, likes to tell everyone what to do, and likes to gossip about all the other kits in the camp and make up little rumors about them. But she also randomly decided to put feathers in her tail. She didn't start with that. She just found feathers and was like, ooh, yep, that's mine. So she also has that going for her. And she ends her year being jealous that one of the other kits is getting more attention than her. And we will talk about that kit last, I believe, because he's kind of a troublemaker. But then we also have Sleek Kit. Sleek Kit is just a ball of nervousness and anxiousness. She just follows wherever her sisters go, because she doesn't have a lot of confidence in herself. So she just kind of like hangs out with them, follows them around, and that's her kind of deal. Pansy Kit is very noisy, very outspoken, and very loud. She also is noted to be very lazy, so she's kind of one of those chill, laid-back type of sisters, but also at the same time not being that, if that makes sense. I like her vibe, though. She's cool. And finally, Ember Kit. She's my favorite of the litter, and probably all of the kids, because she is so cute. So it was noted that she just wants to snuggle, and she just wants attention from everybody, and she's just a happy little bundle of joy. I put in my notes that she was hiding from one of the other warriors under a bush, and couldn't stop giggling, and it kind of gave away their position. And she also enjoys to run around camp and just be a disturbance, and I love that for her. So she has a lot of personality, and yeah, that is the first litter. The next litter I will talk about is Slowstone. So Slowstone also decided to bring in kits. His is a litter of 3. All of them are male. The first one is Lilac Kit, and granted, all of these cats are fairly young, so I don't have a lot to really talk about for them, unfortunately. But Lilac Kit is classified as being very polite and very excited to be an apprentice already, so he's super eager, and unfortunately he is beefing with his adoptive dad. I really think it's because he just wants to be made an apprentice now, and he's just very antsy. But that's Lilac Kit. Then we also have Iris Kit, which he's classified as being fairly quiet. He's more in the background of all the other kits, and he doesn't like to cause a lot of drama and distress. But it is also noted that he's bonding with Cedar Jump, and granted, Brackley and Cedar Jump are basically the nannies for the camp, because there are so many kids, so they watch over the kids all of the time. So Iris Kit really developed a strong bond with Cedar Jump. And honestly, that's all I really have to say about Iris Kit. And finally we have Bloom Kit, which he is very troublesome. He likes getting into trouble, and at multiple points he had to be scolded by Broccoli and Cedar Jump because he was misbehaving, and that's his deal. So he's very boisterous and very opinionated, but that is this litter. Alright, now we're on to Sparkstar's litter. So we have Daisy Kit, Char Kit, and Odd Kit. So Daisy Kit is a bit of a daydreamer. They are not with it. They're looking everywhere. They don't have a care in the world. Honestly, I feel like Daisy Kit would make a fairly good medicine cat, because these kids, we're gonna have like 2 apprentices in the medicine cat den. I'm not about to have another medicine cat die and have nobody there to take their place. But I feel like Daisy Kit would be a fairly good medicine cat. They have enough caring in them and that caring about other people to take on that job, but yeah, he is basically just a little guy who likes to stare off into space and be in his own head. And then there's also Charkit, which, oh my god, she is so pretty. But she is a little troublesome. She gets in trouble with the adults quite a bit, and she is a big personality in her litter. But other than that, I don't have a lot to report on her. And then for Oddkit, I love him. He was playing with a stick the first time I checked on him, so I put him with his stick in the drawing because I thought it would be cute. But he is also pretending to be the clan leader, so he has a lot of pride and ego to him. And I love that. He's he's just so cute. But that is Sparkstar's litter. Alright, and then finally we have Yellow Kit. So Yellow Kit was the last kit to join the clan. He was brought in by a loner who couldn't care for them anymore. And unfortunately, I don't know about this man. So he's only been in the clan for like 2 moons, but he's been noted to be sharpening his claws like multiple times and also fighting with a lot of the older cats. So, I don't know. He's one of those kids I'm gonna have to keep an eye on for next year. I don't know about this man. He's gonna be the source of drama in his future, I feel. But yeah, that's Yellow Kit. And other than that, I don't have a lot to report. So now we've reached the end of the video. Did you all like it? I hope you all liked it. It was cool, and it was really fun to make. Anyway, no, but I had such a good time drawing all of the cats and designing them, and just playing through ClanGen as well. This is really cool, and I hope to make more videos like this in the future. I don't know if I will continue with this clan, unfortunately, just because now that I have the ClanGen app, I kind of want to do more experimenting with that and seeing what different scenarios and things I can get from there. But if you guys want it enough, then maybe I can do a year 2 on this one, see where everyone ends up in their 2nd year. But otherwise, I do plan on hopefully doing another ClanGen designing challenge like this in the future. Probably with a different clan, though. If you like the video, please let me know, because I had a really good time doing this. And if you want more, I will happily supply you with more. Like, subscribe, do all the good things, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye!